How's it, guys? This is your boy Ted, the review guy again. Doing my second video, and because I was so excited about Black Panther, I just started thinking in deep about this one specific character that was that I connected more than the actual main character of the movie. I mean, he got me thinking a bit way deeper, into his character and into the world we're living in right now. So, the guy that I want to talk about is Eric Killmonger. The character is played by Michael B. Jordan, and I'm just gonna start with his origin and go on, and then comic book origin, and then go on into how his movie and the comic book relate or are related. And then we'll start with his name. His original name is Njadaka. That's his Wakandan name. So he was born in Wakanda and named Njadaka. And then his parents were killed by Ulysses Claw, and then he took him as a slave, and he took him to America. That's where he grew up. They don't really say much about what happened during his time of slavery, but you also find out that he hated T'Chaka, Black Panther's father. He hated him because he blames him for his parents' death. And then he feels as if he was weak for not doing anything to protect his people. So, and then we learn that he finds out that T'Chaka is back in New York, and then he tries to meet up with him, and then he does meet up with him and tells him everything that had happened to him, which is like the slavery thing, his death of his parents, but he omits obviously he doesn't tell him that he's not happy with his father, or he hates his father. Let me just put it that way. So T'Challa, being an empathetic person that he is, he takes him back to the village. He goes back home, and then when he gets back home, they honor him with giving him a village of sorts. So there's a village in Wakanda named Njadaka Village, which is an honor to Njadaka, aka Killmonger. And then only to find out that he had an alternative motive, which is to take over and try and be the one that rules Wakanda with Iron Fist type thing, So he wants to take revenge to the world. It's like, why did Wakanda leave the rest of the people the way they did and just stay on their own isolation and stuff like that? And then he executes his plan of dethroning T'Challa, and then in the ritual fight that happened in the movie kind of does happen like that also in the comic books, whereby Eric Killmonger, Njadaka, wins. He bests T'Challa in combat and also throws him in over the cliff like he did in the comic book, like in the movie, sorry. And then obviously T'Challa doesn't die just like in the movie, and then he comes back to try and have a second round with him, and again he doesn't win. And this confirms that Eric Killmonger is a better fighter than T'Challa. But also, he's just a better fighter, he couldn't be a better king because of the Iron Fist that he wants to rule with and what he wants to do. I don't know, I think he needs to sort out his heart issues. But anyway, and then we come to the movie Eric Killmonger. They made him have more than one name because of, he he was doing his planning also. But his father is Njobu, who is the brother of King T'Chaka, the late King T'Chaka. And then since also Njobu, his motivation was that Wakandians let everyone, left everyone in the open type thing. Like they didn't protect them. All the black nations, like he complained that our people are suffering in the world. You know what happened during the isolation that you guys had as Wakanda? You guys just let our people die, became slaves. They are being incarcerated, all these things. It's like, it's unfair for our people to have. There's so much power, but we're not doing anything to help our own people. Which kind of makes sense. I mean, if you had so much power, why don't you... It doesn't have to be violent. Yes, Wakandians and the king have a certain tradition or moral stance that they will stay and protect vibranium more than going out there and fighting. They'd rather have their own peace here and deal with their own, because also we're not saying they were not dealing with their own stuff, because they also have 5 different tribes that they needed to keep in check there also. And we have Men-Ape, who is like, but back to Killmonger. I think that's where he takes his motivation from his father, that yes, you should have came in and rescued us type thing. Why didn't you do that? It doesn't make sense to him that Wakanda has so much power, but they let their own people die and be enslaved and be treated the way the world is treating them now, I guess. And then he makes a valid point, besides the fact that he is angry at T'Chaka, and he's just angry because they killed his father. Let's leave the emotion part on the side and say, okay, fine, they were wrong for doing that. So what are you going to do better type thing? Are you going to confront them and, try and do better? Or are you going to go in there and try to rule with the iron fist? And which is what he did because of his anger. His anger took over, So he wanted to take the power that they have and go out there in the world and make a stand type thing, a revolution, a proper revolution. And then that got me thinking, would we want to do that as the people? I mean, makes sense. They didn't come bringing suits and gifts, and they didn't do that also. The colonizers, that is, they came and people died. People suffered throughout history, and they wrote history as if they were the great. So it makes sense that people like Killmonger would do that, would want to go out there and do exactly what has been done to them. But the thing is, my thing is, would we as people want that? Like, do you want to go out there as a person and be like, and have all the guns like they did, have all the power that they did? Would you do the same thing? And then after that, how are you going to be able to live in that world where you have spilled? Also, it comes to your own morality as a person. It's like, would I even be happy living in a place where I've spilled so much blood? I have done this and I have done this. Because it's not just going to be just killing. It could be more than that, It could be more than that. Torture, whatnot. What about the kids, All these things. It's like, are we willing to live in a world where we have done so much wrong and then just continue to live normal? Are we exactly like they are? that's where T'Challa comes in and becomes the mirror image of Killmonger. It's like you are so angry that you don't even see that you are becoming like them. I get that what they did was wrong. I get that, but isn't there a better way? I mean, I think for me, going to reality in a way, not really, but if he wanted to have a revolution, wouldn't it be better if he was on the same side as T'Challa? Wouldn't that be wouldn't they come up with a better? I mean, the man is, according to his character, he's a smart person. He has PhDs and whatnot. So I'm sure he's smart. He can come up, and T'Challa is smart. They can combine their heads, and they have a council around them. Yes, he's not happy. He could have won the challenge. Yes, no lie. He could have won the challenge, and then bring T'Challa in and be like, okay, since you are alive, you didn't die, I'm gonna put you in my council then, or something like that, and then help. Also, T'Challa will help him, become a better king, because T'Challa's kingness he was one with the people, He didn't want to rule with the Iron Fist. There was some sort of, council that counseled him also, and that also played a big role in him, And then with Eric Killmonger, he got there and scared the shit out of everyone, So I don't think people were gonna relate to him as much. It was just gonna be fear, and we all don't want leaders like that in the world. So yeah, he got me thinking a lot about everything that's been happening. What are we willing to do as the people? Do we want to go to the places that colonizers went if we want revolution? It got me thinking that, and how are we gonna live with ourselves? Do we tell our children or the next generations that the only way to have a better future in this world is to kill, is to fight fire with fire? I don't know, man. I think fighting fire with fire, you get burnt anyway. So I don't know. I don't know what is the right way to solve the issue of racism, because that also plays a big role. It's like everything that happened resulted in the world that we're living in, and we don't want that world. We want a better world. So he got me thinking, it's like, is every good guy right, and is every bad guy supposed to be wrong? That's another dimension I didn't even think this movie will bring. It's like so much depth into this thing, and I hope people see this. I don't know. See what I'm seeing. If you have more to say, please let me know in the comment section. I mean, there's so much to talk about when it comes to Eric Killmonger's character as a whole and his motivation to do what he wanted to do. But the way he executed it, that's a bit questionable to anyone who has some sort of moral ground that, I don't know, is better than that, if I can put it that way. But yeah, if you have anything more that you want to add on what I've said, please let me know. And tell me what the movie did for you. What did it take? Where did it take you as a person? Because it took me to what I just spoke of. It's like I came home and then I started thinking about it. I was like, this is something I could, have a dialogue and open a dialogue with, and have conversations out there in the world and be like, what do you think? Be like, black people, ask white people, what do you think black people should do? I mean, are we winning? Do the marches work? People have been marching since I don't know when. you know, and it's not working. It's like, do we continue marching? Because you keep telling us that this is not the right way to march, but then nothing is happening. So do we bring the violence that you brought? Or, you know, ask those questions and ask fellow black people, do we want the type of world where we, the ones that take lives and, you know, torture people and do all those things? I mean, these are the right questions to ask, especially at this time, and especially while this movie is getting so much attention. And yeah, I'm really hoping that people do watch this movie. Sorry, and just just to give them that penny for their thoughts, I guess. But yeah, if you like this video, please subscribe and like the video, and yeah, please share, and let's open this dialogue. And yes, Wakanda forever.